Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to hop on and do a 3-year wear and tear review of this Gucci card case wallet. But before I get started, I do want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. I put out a lot of videos about contemporary designer handbags like Coach, Michael Kors, Fossil, Longchamp, as well as some luxury items like Gucci, Burberry, and Goyard. So this is my Gucci card case wallet that's in the Guccissima leather. I purchased it on October 28th of 2017 for $441, like including tax and everything. And since my purchase, I've used it literally every day. I think the only time I've ever switched out of it was for a special event where I was using like a small bag or something. But otherwise, I have literally used this wallet every single day for a little over 3 years. It's December 2020 right now. I probably open and close the wallet about once a day. So again, once a day over, the course of over 3 years. Although I will say, like, if you're thinking about how I use the wallet, I don't put my work ID in this wallet. So back when we used to, go to the office, I wasn't, opening this wallet while I was going to the parking garage. I wasn't opening it when I needed to scan into my office. So I wasn't opening it, as much as you might if you were putting your work ID in there. But I still think I've used it a fair bit over the course of these years. And, just to give you a little bit more background on how I've used the wallet, because I think it's pretty important to know how someone uses an item to kind of really assess the wear and tear. I think a lot of YouTube reviews of wear and tear, these people are rotating in and out of SLGs or in and out of bags, once a day or once a week. So they're not really getting as much wear as if you really use the item really every single day like I am. So at first when I was using this item, I was really careful with it because, it's expensive and it's the most expensive SLG/handbag I've ever purchased. But within, I think, a year, I was really starting to use it without being super careful. If I wanted to go downstairs in my office building and just grab some food really quick, I would just stick it in the back of my, my pants pocket and not really worry about, scratching the leather or anything like that against the denim. And now, I put it in my bags without a ton of care. I do use key holders, so I'm not super worried about keys scratching it, but my hand sanitizer's in there, so maybe if it has a sharp end on the lid or anything like that, I'm not super careful with that. In terms of conditioning and care, I conditioned it once, I think pretty close to when I first got it, with Apple Leather Care conditioner, and it ended up being kind of sticky, so I feel like I might have over-conditioned it, so I've really never conditioned it since then. I just kind of rely on my hand oils from touching it, since I do touch it basically every day, to condition it and help it in that way. So with all of that background, now I'm going to hop into the actual wear and tear. So for those of you who have seen my 9-month and 2-year wear and tear reviews, which I will of course link either down below or in a card, not really much has changed. I think that it looks pretty similar to the day I bought it. I think it's wearing incredibly well, and I really just, it makes me respect and love this Guccissima leather a lot because it's wearing so well. But I know that's not super useful if you're thinking about how to assess the item if you want to purchase it. So I am going to go over it with kind of a fine-tooth comb and really point out all of the very minor, very minuscule wear and tear, just so you can see, what there is and think about whether you're comfortable with it. So starting on the outside, the first thing that you'll definitely notice is there are light scratches in the leather. And when I say light, I mean really light. You can see that one there. Maybe there's one right there. But really the only reason you can even see these is because I have this under extremely bright lights. So it's, if I were to take this out into normal lighting, I don't think that I would even be able to notice those scratches. One thing I was trying to assess is whether the embossing has kind of gotten lighter over time. I know on the Louis Vuitton Empreinte leather, that's one of the kind of major concerns about the Empreinte leather, is that the embossing eventually kind of, lightens and almost rubs away and you lose that beautiful quality of the leather. But I don't know, I went back and I looked at my unboxing video of this item as well as some of my other reviews, and I just don't think that the embossing looks that different. I think it looks just as deep as the day I got it, but you guys can let me know in the comments below if you think it looks flatter than my unboxing video. There was a scratch on this side here that you can maybe see. Yeah, you can maybe see it right there. It used to be a lot deeper, and I was pretty upset when I first got that scratch because it was pretty early on of when I had this wallet, but as you can see, it has basically worked its way out. It's still there kind of, but again, you can only see it in really bright lights, so I think that's great. The item has kind of self-repaired as I've touched it, as I've put my hand oils on it and stuff like that. It has gotten that scratch out of it. Looking at the glazing to me looks absolutely fine. There's really no cracking. There's not even any scratches, which I thought was kind of surprising because glazing, like, especially on Coach bags, I feel like I can see scratching on the glazing a lot because it is so smooth. But yeah, I really don't see like a ton of scratches or anything like that. Maybe there's like light texture, but it's, again, really hard to see unless I'm really paying attention to it. And then I don't even know if that's because of how I wore it or just because, you can't be 100% perfect when you're hand painting on glazing. So it came like that from the factory. In terms of the corner glazing and corner of the item, there's no curling of the corner. The corner glazing looks perfectly fine. There's really just no problems with the actual materials on the corners. I will say, though, on the corners, there are a bit of loose threads. So I don't know if you can see that there. That thread is kind of loose. It's a lot easier to see right here. There's a loose thread. But that doesn't really concern me too much because I do think that there is still a knot in the thread right there. So I'm not concerned that that kind of fraying means that the stitch will come undone. I just think that the knot itself is, fraying, and I think it'll be fine over time. But it is something I'll watch just to make sure in case the stitches do start to pop. The one other thing on the exterior is, of course, the fold. Now, the fold of any wallet is going to have wrinkles, especially a leather wallet. These wrinkles were there when I first bought it. These wrinkles are, I was really concerned about them because I thought they looked pretty ugly. Just dropped it on the floor, but those wrinkles don't appear to have gotten any worse, and they also don't appear to be kind of hurting the integrity of the leather, if that makes sense. When I open it up, the wrinkles do feel kind of rough and feel like I don't know, like they're dry or crinkled or anything, but then when I close it and the leather kind of stretches back to where it was, it feels perfectly smooth, just like any other part of the wallet, which is kind of surprising. I thought that maybe like those wrinkles would make this part of the leather look kind of ugly, and I guess you can still see them a little bit in the leather, but it feels soft, it feels fine, so I'm not super concerned, and it doesn't look like the leather is discoloring too much. I honestly can't even tell if that's discoloration or if it's just like the light reflecting. So I think those wrinkles don't worry me too much. But I will say, in terms of those wrinkles and in terms of the fold, I do make sure not to open the wallet too much when I open it. I do try to keep it at kind of like a, 90-degree angle or so. Like I don't try to pull it open all the way because I do want to keep those corners from getting too worn and having too much wear and tear. Now moving to the inside, there is again some like light wrinkling or texture now to this smooth leather. Like you can see right there, there's a little bit of wrinkling. Down there's a little bit of wrinkling. Maybe like a little bit up here, but I will say that this is the card holder, like this side is where I put my most used cards, so I am pulling this open like anytime I use this wallet to pay basically, so that's probably why those wrinkles developed. The other thing on these card slots that I use a lot is you can see there's a tiny little nick in the glazing right there. I probably scratched it with something or, whatever. It's my most used card slot, so who knows how that actually got there, but it is so small, and I don't think it means anything about the durability of the item. I think it's just there because I nicked it doing, using the wallet. In terms of the hardware looks perfect. Maybe let me turn off the light so it's less reflective, but you can see the hardware looks just like the day I got it. There's no discoloration, which is kind of surprising. Like I thought this button especially would have a lot of discoloration on it because it's kind of going in and out and in and out of this little snap closure. But it looks exactly like the day I got it. And this was surprising to me because, the Louis Vuitton gold, I think, is known for discoloring and kind of showing the silver colored metal alloy beneath the gold color, and that's not happening at all with this Gucci wallet, so I'm like really pleased with that. So going back to the fold now on the inside, you can see on the top of the fold there are some wrinkles in the smooth leather part. Again, I don't know if those are new or if those have always been there, but that's because this top part is where you keep your bills. So when I do use the bill compartment, which is very rarely, I just keep, a couple bills back there for emergencies and then my insurance card. I do end up pushing this in and out. So like that's probably why those wrinkles appeared up here and they didn't really appear down here. They are in the bottom, like you can see in that leather kind of border, there are some wrinkles, but not in the kind of interior of the wallet, if that makes sense. One thing I did notice when I was kind of preparing for this video is there's like a little bit of something in that stitch right there. I don't know if you can see it even. I don't know if it's glue. I don't know if it's the leather kind of curling up, but there is something right there. Again, not a big deal, not something I'm terribly concerned about. Maybe if I show it to you upside down, you can see it better. Actually, probably not, but it's just a little bit of something. And actually, as I was looking at this fold, this is the first time I really realized that Gucci, I think, designed this wallet to help maintain it a little bit better and keep you from accidentally causing a lot of wear. And when I say that, what I mean is this little bit of leather is actually too short for me to really open the wallet a full 180 degrees. It keeps me from, extending the wallet all the way and making those wrinkles way, way worse. So I wonder if that was on purpose to keep you from like damaging your wallet unnecessarily, and kind of being a little commitment device to keep you, opening the wallet in a more modest way. The bill section, like I said, looks completely fine. I hardly use bills, so I would be surprised if there was like major wear and tear in there. You can see there's a little bit of something in the glazing here, and you might have noticed that, but I think that's just like the card slots itself causing some texture. The corners of the bill compartment are where you see that thread fraying, and I think, again, that's because I, open this in and out, and that's why you see a little bit more wear on those corners or that thread than on the other parts of the item. So, ultimately, like I said, the wear and tear on this item is so minor, and I'm so happy with it. I think it's been incredibly durable for how much I've used it. For those of you who maybe have seen my SLG collection, the reason I even bought this item is because I was buying wallets, left and right a ton because I just enjoyed buying SLGs, and I was hoping to break that cycle by buying one that's like pretty expensive, and I think I succeeded. I think that this wallet will last for a long time and keep me from buying more and more wallets and creating more and more waste. So I really do think this is feasible for me to use for the next, 5 years, 10 years down the line. The only thing I think I might do to help maintain it is to try to maybe put a little bit of conditioner in these wrinkles right here, because they do maybe look a little discolored. I'm not really sure. So I do just want to watch them, but I don't want to over condition the item like I did last time and make it sticky. So yeah, that is my Gucci card case wallet 3-year wear and tear review. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, if you have this item, and I will see you next time. Bye.